The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent, including Olass Media.
Olass Media.
I am your host, Mr. Wowzer. We are the Doty Connection. Today, we are going to be talking about some very, very deep topics that I feel is going to touch your soul, as well as recommend you to some great products from Cold Fire Extracts and True Classics, True OG. Trust me, it's going to hit you hard.
Wow.
Anyana Wagwan, Monsieur Panya Ross Class and Bummer Class, a real blood clot Jamaican. Mr. Wowzer. Back with another special episode of TDOC. Now, TDOC Universe, I got a very, very special guest to interview for you. But first, you know how I like to do it. Huge shout out to my sponsors, Cold Fire Extracts. What up, Doty, March and Ash. I got a very special record that I got to play from a very special artist, my artist. 33 Bug, The Boogeyman is the name of the album. It's called Burn Rubber. Straight.
33 Bug, what up?
Gang, nigga, let's get it.
Gang shit, raw. Burn rubber, baby on my dick, cause I'm like no other. Toe switch sticks, I'm a real glick clutcher. Like stick shift, switch gears on these busters. I don't want your bitch, she a bop. All of my pocket stuff with that chicken, it go bop. 30 to clip the sound of the extension, it go rock. When she hear my voice, she shake her ass and show her top toss. Burn rubber, baby on my dick, cause I'm like no other. Toe switch sticks, I'm a real glick clutcher. Like stick shift, switch gears on these busters. Burn rubber, baby on my dick, cause I'm like no other. Toe switch sticks, I'm a real glick clutcher. Like stick shift, switch gears on these busters.
Shake it, bake it, no Ricky Bobby. Stop playing with the gun, bitch, I'm really getting naughty.
Better ride on my way, bitch, you know I get crazy.
Yeah, I'm a roster, man.
You know it is a party.
Big bag standing, man, you know I ain't playing. Got all these ho-hos, you know that we slaying. Shaking, no bacon, no Ricky, no Bobby. Stop playing with the gun, bitch, I'm really getting naughty.
I don't want your bitch, she a bop. All of my pocket stuff with that chicken, it go bop. 30 to clip the sound of the extension, it go rock. When she hear my voice, she shake her ass and show her. I don't want your bitch, she a bop. All of my pocket stuff with that chicken, it go bop. 30 to clip the sound of the extension, it go rock. When she hear my voice, she shake her ass and show her. Jinkies. Burn rubber, baby on my dick, cause I'm like no other. Toe switch sticks, I'm a real glick clutcher. Like stick shift, switch gears on these busters. Burn rubber, baby on my dick, cause I'm like no other. Toe switch sticks, I'm a real glick clutcher. Like stick shift, switch gears on these busters.
Hello. Yes, Lord. You know the time. Now, we got more bills to pay. But we'll be right back after a while word from our sponsor. Wow.
Cold Fire Extracts.
It's amazing.
The taste is great, clean and pure. It's loud like flowers, super tasty.
It has great effects and a long-lasting buzz.
This is why Cold Fire is the #1 go-to vape in the cannabis space.
Cold Fire Extracts scored a high 95 from the highestcritic.com.
Because of its standard of greatness in every category, even compared to solventless.
This is almost equalish, but it is definitely better than solventless. Go ahead and light up that Cold Fire Extracts.
I'm smoking it right now.
Go and light it up. Ooh, why? Queen Mary's Boost Elixir. Elixir for a vixen, the thing for a king. Boost Elixir is a coffee tincture with added vitamin D infused with THCV that brings you an energizing euphoria that keeps you alert, motivated, and ready to take on the world. This espresso infused elixir serves as a coffee enhancer, providing enhanced focus. It also boosts your metabolism. Top reported effects are alertness, motivation, energy, and enhanced focus.
Queen Mary's products can be used in a supplement regimen.
So how you would use it is
Queen Mary's Boost Elixir in the morning, Enchanted Gummies throughout the day, and at nighttime Moose homies to have a nice and refreshed sleep.
For more information about Queen Mary and their products,
Go to their website, queenmarybrand.com. Hello. Hello. Wow, you know it's that time.
It's time for our special guest.
Welcome back to TDLC. I'm your host, Mr. Wow. Now, a little intro about my special guest. We talk about old souls and all of ourselves and other people. This is one of those instances where I met an old soul, very old, to the point to where I always forget your age, don't I? I always got to ask relative what's his age. His wisdom, his talents, just his mind and his spirit as a human is absolutely amazing, top tier. I've got a lot of surprises that I'm going to ask him on the interview, but I'm going to go ahead and stop praising the relative. What up, Keezy?
What's going on,
What's
man?
up, gang?
Good, man.
This is my brother, y'all. No count. We going to get to it, though. How was the ride?
Hey, smooth.
Yeah,
Rain ain't doing too much.
Yeah, that.
Nothing
Yeah,
like
kinda,
the flash flood
yeah, slow down.
on me.
Yeah, slow down. So let's get to the meat of this, right?
Come on.
So how was life growing up for you in North Carolina and Maryland? Because I know you moved around.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So, yeah, I grew up mainly. A majority of my youth life was in Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
I learned a lot of lessons growing up in Baltimore. I gained a lot of grit, a lot of respect just for people's personal space, and everyone has something going on. Your problems are no bigger than anybody else's.
Right,
Everybody got something going on.
Right.
I moved to North Carolina when I was 16 years old. That was pretty much after I matured and got a lot of my X's and O's together. I went to Mallard Creek High School. At the moment, we were number 10 in the nation for football.
Okay. Oh, which is okay. I was going to get to that. So
Yeah.
is that what got the football thing started?
What got the football thing started, honestly, was when I was a kid. Honestly, it was Steve Smith that got my interest in football. I was watching a playoff game. I think it was Carolina versus Arizona. I think it was Carolina versus Arizona back in 2008, and Steve Smith was just going crazy.
Shout out Steve Smith.
You know me, Steve Smith Sr. Hey, you made a Carolina fan and a Baltimore fan. Come on.
Easy.
Hey, I followed. Come on. And yeah, he was ripping them apart, and I asked my dad, I was like, who's this? Like, he just had a different tenacity, for the game. You could tell it was in him. It wasn't He wasn't wearing, nothing. He wasn't faking nothing.
Right.
You knew how he felt.
His passion was overseceded everything. You could feel it. Yeah.
I could feel it on the screen. I could feel it. Man, I had chills run through my body watching him play. So that's what piqued my interest in football, and ever since then I never looked back.
That's wild. So, okay, Maryland, North Carolina.
Yes.
What aspect did you grab from North Carolina?
I experienced
North Carolina.
Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina. Hey, it's lit. It's lit as Charlotte. I really gained a real football up north. I'm not gonna lie, it was more speed, and finesse. And when I moved to North Carolina, I experienced where everybody was 6'6" and 6'5" on the offensive line.
Doing, right,
yeah, it was 300. Everybody 300 across the front line. It was real high school.
Real Warriors, Real Warriors.
Yeah.
See that team, you're like, damn, okay.
Yeah, like you really got to play. It's do or die every time you go out there, else you're gonna get pummeled. For real. Hey, but it brought the best out you. That's what North Carolina taught me, that iron sharpens iron, and if you want to be the best, you gotta play with the best.
No, you saying that epic. Like, it's real talk. Like,
yeah, Mallard Creek definitely, man. Give us in the grind. That's the biggest thing I learned from Mallard Creek.
Hello. So I know you spoke about Steve Smith, but is there a moment that you vividly remember, even younger, or that actually made you fall in love with sports? Before, was it the Steve Smith incident only?
No, it wasn't the Steve Smith incident only. I didn't just play football. My first love was soccer. So watching Bend It Like Beckham actually was the peak of my interest in sports overall. I could actually say if I was to do it all over again, I would have been a soccer player.
Man, hold on. Let me give a shout out to Lee from the trap. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's the only one I know who's like, us that play soccer. You never told me this, and I know you.
Hey, soccer's my first love, man. Leo, shout out to Leo Messi, man. He was my favorite player growing up. Hey, with Barcelona, I I was a huge fan.
Word.
But yeah, soccer, I had all kinds of accolades. When I moved to when I grew up playing soccer when I was young, 5 years old. That's when I was living in Pennsylvania actually, and only lived there till I was 6. I moved from Pennsylvania to Baltimore when I was 6, and I had all kinds of accolades in Pennsylvania. But when we moved to Baltimore, we couldn't find any travel teams. My dad wasn't too knowledgeable of the area, so then it was kind of like the only thing left was football. So that's when we dove into it.
And from Baltimore to North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I mean, let's just keep it funky. If somebody's moving to Baltimore, I mean, Baltimore is not the place you get away at. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't know a lot of people that say, you know what? Well, my bucket list number 1, go to Baltimore because it's hood out there. It's cheap though.
Man, it's getting more expensive though.
Okay, because people's hyping up it's folks hyping up the city, going around. Yeah,
a whole lot of gentrification, man. They moving a lot of people out of the city into the counties. It looks completely different from when I was there. Or when I just went back to visit. It's crazy.
That's crazy. So, what prompted you to move to San Diego, California?
I was chasing my dreams, coming out here to play football at a higher level. I went to prep school after high school in 2019. Didn't get the best of luck out of there, and then I was just on Twitter, and I posted my highlight film, and then I got hit up by a coach out here from Southwestern. Shout out Coach Nick.
Okay, yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
It's clicking, yeah.
Yeah, shout out Coach Nick.
Wow.
He shot me a DM, and he was like, "Man, I love your tape." He was like, "Would you like to come out here?" And I was just like, hell yeah, I would love to come out here. Cause I mean, San Diego was gorgeous. I seen the facilities, the schools, the atmosphere. I want to be around it.
Now I want to ask you off like the paper because I know this. So what got you? So you was at Southwestern because I remember when I met you, you was at Southwestern, and I remember you played for another school too. Don't forget, what school was that? Mira Mesa?
No, it was just Southwestern out here. The school before that was Palmetto Prep.
Here?
No, that
I was about to say, I never heard nothing like that out here.
Yeah, I only played on one school out here.
Southwestern,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I knocked my shoulder out of place on the opening kickoff of the 4th game, and that was my last game playing football.
You serious?
Mm-hmm. That was right before the pandemic. Pandemic hit because so all the
2020.
Yeah, everything shut.
2019.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I said, okay, so you following these? Okay, so is that what motivated you to get to the gray market of the cannabis industry?
Most definitely. I lost my pathway with school because a lot of the things that I was doing in school was simply just to play football. A lot of the things that I was learning, I had already realized in high school it wasn't going to translate to the real world. It was just classes just to say you're doing while you're in school.
Yeah, GE.
Yeah. So
your face said it all.
I'm an advocate for trades and learning how to do things on your own. You know, school and college is, it's a lot. I have plenty of friends that went through school, graduate, bachelor degrees, and they still in the same position, if not farther behind than I am. And I only completed a semester.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'm not man. That's school. School it translates for certain careers and opportunities, but not many.
Right. I mean, like Cat Williams said, if you're not paying the teachers, but you're saying kids are the future, right? Now let's make it make sense, all right? Okay.
Make it make sense.
Let's make it make sense.
Come on.
So, okay, pandemic happens. Your shoulder's torn, football, Southwestern, you get the chance of a lifetime. That devastating incident happens.
Yes.
The trap is still popping.
Yes.
In 2020 when the pandemic is happening.
Yes.
What prompted you to just say, fuck it, I'm going to go apply?
Since I was in school, with the stimulus and like the EDD stuff, I didn't have access to that because I was still online. But I didn't have any money. So it really just, I needed to find a way to make money because when I do have my daughter, I have my daughter now with me too.
Yeah, shout out to Nisi for
yeah, but I always gotta, I had to find a way to do something in order to send some money home. So that got me. I was riding my bike around. How I got the job, I was riding my bike around Chula Vista for 3 weeks, just riding.
Chula.
Yeah, I got.
How you get to Spring Valley and shit? I'm trying to figure out because that's a different ball game.
Yeah, no, it's it's wild. So like. You remember where I met you at?
Yeah.
So those people, they had a spot in Chula.
Oh.
Yeah, they had a spot in Chula, and I only worked one day.
And then they moved you.
And then I got moved.
Right. Walt or K-Dub?
Dub.
Okay, and then it got to Walt.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was why, because they sent us to Chula and then they banned us. And I think they were sending Dub up there for a little bit.
Yeah, we was Dub people out there. It was Dub and another crew. Oh me.
Shout out Big K-Dub, man.
And shout out.
Oh God. So I know that opportunity, as soon as you got in and got that first bag, was a miracle, because that money, was good.
Life changing.
Yeah, it was. And then, of course, I run into your ass. I'm hot about Kenny's death. Man. I'm talking to the camera and shit, talking about all these secrets. Fuck these niggas and this, that. And
no, for real.
I know. And Keezy just sitting in the back like, who the fuck is this nigga?
He was going off. I was just like, man, it's personal. That's all I know.
Yeah, it was. It was, as you see why. So, and to speak about the trap, like, one of my favorite memories with you is when we was in El Cajon. You knew it was coming. And for my listeners, I'm gonna give you a little but not too much sugar and salt. But we outside and like we just like solarly connect. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Wow, wow,
yeah.
We understand we're on our 10s and shit. Some people start rolling by and shit, rolling down their window, doing weird shit.
Yeah.
But they didn't know that we set shit up like a football team. Like, it's niggas in the bleachers across the street. It's niggas in the bleachers over here. And then we're in the front. They had to come up and give us respect. And like, I don't know, like, it's like I worked with Keezy a lot that night. But that night, finding out the solar shit and how we were moving, it was like we was talking telepathically in our heads. Like, we just looked.
Already on it.
On God, like... That's my favorite night with you to this day, don't care.
Come on.
Bro, we dealt with that shit twice. Oh, yeah, and the other one when the dude, we didn't know. Never mind, I can't, Sorry, listeners. I think that one's a little too sensitive. You know what I'm talking about, though.
Can't make it too sweet.
Yeah, that. Oh, shit. So, you my guy. And I know, like, you're a man of numerous businesses, and you're a part of other people's businesses, including shout out to Heavy Pockets, my guy Tyrell.
Come on, shout out Tyrell.
Right, my business as well. You're an entrepreneurial, of course.
Yes, sir.
Tell my listeners about your business or your company, Anemo.
Okay.
What's the purpose? What made you start it?
Okay, so Anemo, it just came to me one day, because first, Nemo, Nima, Nimum means nobody. Nobody or no one. And then my brother growing up, my older brother always had a thing that called himself the coolest nobody. And so I was just me putting my own spin on it. And I was like, I'm the coolest nobody, but a Nemo, which would be a Nemo, a no one. And I always believe you'll never be somebody until you're okay with being no one. So everybody's too busy trying to be somebody that no one knows who, because you're trying to emulate everybody else. And
this doesn't look right, because it's cheaper to be yourself. Message.
Come on.
Hello.
So yeah, that's how Anemo, it came to me one day. But Anemo, it always also sounds like Anemo, I need mo.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I need mo.
Oh,
so I always need mo. So I always dove myself into different categories or different ventures, or where, like you said, Heavy Pockets. Shout out to my brother Tyrell. Man, through many oops that I had to dunk. You know,
hello.
Man, with Heavy Pockets, I got an experience in my lifetime opening a clothing and shoe retail store, seeing the ins and outs, literally watching walls getting knocked down, walls getting picked back up. We had a car drove through the front of our store, had to bounce back from that. It was a lot. It was a lot of experience. It's just learning about different manufacturing, how you got to go through the clothes, the different with the shoe, how the shoe game is. It's a lot with the clothing industry and the shoe game that they don't like to tell anybody. And it's nice being an entrepreneur. And then also shout out to Damari Scott, Driving Style Rentals. Right. I have a car rental business as well. Right. I got 4 cars going strong right now. Lost 2. I used to have 6. Lost 2 to totals, but it comes with the game. Right. Insurance, gotta have that. But so I have a car rental business, Driving Style Rentals, on Instagram, Facebook. Check us out on Twitter as well. If you guys need you guys want to drive in style, or you guys want to have a luxury economy rental, you can come to San Diego or Fresno, California. Check us out.
You feel me? And that's driving with a G or driving with just an N?
Just drive in, just in.
Okay, can you spell it for my listeners?
DRIVE, capital N, style, STYLE.
Thank you.
Reynolds.
You're okay. Easy killer. Come on. Okay, look at it. Look, y'all, listeners, I'm feeling bougie. I got my teeth bleached and shit. You feel me? Deep clean. I'm feeling good. So I'm smiling a lot and talking very loud, but that's the only reason why. So please give my listeners just a little more info about Anemo now.
Okay. Also, I have a Instagram. It's Anemo, so its.anemo. If you want to find my, as far as just my brand, I started a branding page where I'm going to be dropping some merch soon.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to have some hoodies, some sweatpants, a couple
little jogger,
yeah, a little tracksuit.
Yeah,
a couple hats here and there.
You've been talented at shit like that though, really. Like, so I'm surprised. I'm glad that you're taking that route. I got somebody I want to link you with too that I interviewed last week. Hello, Easy.
Appreciate it.
But those shit keep going. Yeah.
Thank you. That's about it as far as right now with the Anemo. Also, if you guys ever want to get any credit cleaning or anything like that, you just DM us either Driving Style or is.anemo, and we'll guide you on the right path.
You see what I'm talking about, listeners? And I didn't even tell y'all his age. I think that's the one that's going to blow everybody away. Go ahead. Tell the listeners, bro.
Oh, yeah, I just turned 24. Good old.
You see what I'm talking about?
Twofold.
What? Look, I'm going to tell y'all something, listeners. When I was at the trap, it's a lot of little brothers. Like, I call them brothers because they're grown. You know what I mean? But, I'm from the 90s, so little brat. You know what I mean? Just because I'm older. But
hey, 2000 baby, hey.
Right. But there was a lot of people at the trap that wasn't thinking like him or talking about numbers the way he was or stocks or investing and generational wealth. And at the time I met Keezy, he was 20 or 21. So for me, that was mind-blowing to hear somebody your age talking about shit like that. I'm like, what? And it wasn't that he had the information. He didn't just gloss on it and tell us. He gave the information to show that he knew it. You know what I mean? So a lot of people didn't take that heed, and they're not in the same position as him. I ain't blowing nobody down. I'm just saying, follow the lead. He comes from a generation where it's expected. I'm seeing that it's expected at that time to already have it planned out to be financially stable before anything. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing. Easy killer. So what's next for my guy Keezy and Anemo?
Okay, so Anemo is definitely coming out with some hot clothing, and me, I'm also about to become an electrician. So I'm about to be, sparking it up out here, making sure everybody got their wiring right. Mm-hmm. Eventually I'll be getting into real estate and building homes. So that's just one pillar I'm knocking out before on the journey to doing what I always dreamed of, which was building my own house, having my own compound, and build, like you said, that generational wealth, being able to have a home and a piece of land for my family.
That's dope. And I guess I'm going to ask this off record, because you got numerous businesses. You're about to be an electrician. You work with me. You work with Heavy Pockets. Father. Like, how do you find time to do all this shit, bro?
Man, hey, time is always available. You do what you want. And you ever, like, a lot of people don't realize when you're doing what you love, a lot of people, you get lost in time. And then when you get lost in time, you just always doing something that you're supposed to do, that you need to do, that you have the drive to do. You have the energy for it.
Yeah, all the time.
You don't even think about sleep, or you don't even think about, I gotta do it. Like, it's not a downer. Like, you're excited. You're excited for it. So when you're excited for it, you got time for everything. Like when you catch some people that's always down, I can't do this or I can't do that. It's a mindset thing. You got to change your perspective on because everybody got the same 24 hours. How can one man do 10 different things in one day and it's 24 hours, and you complaining about having 3 things to do? Mm-hmm. All it is that he got,
and the 2 of them is just waking up, work, and then sleep. That's the funny part about it, right?
Man,
you ain't even doing shit.
You're not even doing anything. You want somebody to show up at your door, hey, here you go, a blueprint layout, and you go to do this to make $1 million.
Right.
No,
they on the, what's it called, PH Public House? They give them big ass $50 million checks and shit.
Yeah.
They waiting on that shit.
Yeah, like, no, you got
one day, $20 million. Hell
like, get up, man. Hey, it's out here. Hey, we live in the most expensive city in America, man. That means it's opportunity.
Big, hey, message. Did you guys hear that? Come on, we in Dago. Say less. Say less. Yo, Keezy, I really appreciate you for answering these tough ass questions. Look, I'm being funny. and just being my brother, bro. I appreciate the fuck out of you. You always kept it real with me. Me and you got tons of stories, of course, outside of this. We just keeping it surface, of course, but you my nigga, 100 grand. I'm glad to have you here. You're going to join me for the Topics and Solutions segment, right?
Come on, you know it.
We'll be right back after this.
It's cool time. Tavares Jordan.
Topics and solutions.
Welcome back to TDOC. I'm your host, Mr. Wow. Back with my special guest, Keezy.
Right.
Topics and solutions. The first one I want to bang your head about is the dangers of synthetic cannabinoids. The reason why is because at the traps we worked at and where we met at, that's all they sold. That's all we smoked.
Addictive.
Hello. Sometimes packages e-juice for vaping or as vegetables. Most synthetic cannabinoids are sold as dry plant materials sprayed with acetone, embalming fluids, or other solvent-laced psychoactive substances. It's not just a U.S. problem. This has become an international problem with data that at least 320 different synthetic cannabinoids sold on the illegal market as of February 2022. 320. And look, just to give you some context, remember that spot I told you about, Wicked West? Shout out to Wicked West. If you guys are in the city in San Diego, every Tuesday they do free comedy shows, have weed sponsors that give out weed. It's a vibe. Shout out to Jake and Connor. But when I was there and I talked about this, I'm like, check out my podcast. And we're talking about this on the show. Blew them away. They're like, I didn't know that.
Come on.
Because they was picking up from smoke shops and shit. And they're starting to notice. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that, God?
Man, I think a lot of people are they're taking too many shortcuts now. They're trying to do that mass production instead of taking their time. Everyone's trying to just all about production, and they're losing the quality. They're losing what it all really started for. You know, it's past the medicinal part now. Now with it being recreational, now it's being used at an all-time high, and now they're just trying to match it instead of just telling people, hold on. We gotta wait on this stuff to grow. We can't just keep pumping it with a bunch of chemicals and stuff, forcing the flowers to bud. And
but it's not the legal retailers. It's not the. I can't hear myself. Go again. Yeah, that shit just cut off. I don't know why. Yeah. There we go. We back online.
Okay.
But it's not the legal retailers.
Yeah.
It's folks that's serving on the street. It's smoke shops. It has nothing to do with illegal retailers. See, the thing about the legal cannabis industry is that they have a way to maintain the supply and demand. There's a lot of farms that's growing a lot of shit at an abundant rate all over the world. So it's a way to always get to that.
Yes.
It's like you said, just taking the shortcut. They're using hemp nugs.
Yeah.
Hemp nugs, that's what we smoked on. Just, it wasn't even real weed, nigga. It was hemp nugs sprayed with THCO. Like, a lot of that shit didn't even have trichomes on it. It was mildew, that crystally shit. My point exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know.
Brad had us zombied out. That's why we was like that in the front. And we was moving on point.
Yeah.
But Bree said it perfectly. He was like, the line outside, nigga, zombied out.
No, people are just standing there like they're really line wrapped around. Like, is it that serious?
And we would get hot when we didn't have it. Remember? Look, I remember me and you. I'm gonna smoke. I don't give a fuck because they told us we couldn't smoke at work.
Yeah.
We didn't give a fuck. See what I'm saying? It's like they wanted to see if we would, see if we would react to it. Bruh, that's crazy. It's crazy. So I got some solutions, of course. Make sure you're getting safe and tested cannabis products from a legal retailer. We got kids, and kids have been eating edibles, and because the parents been doing wild shit, bro. I know.
Why are you leaving it out?
You feel me? Weird, right? You know we ain't gonna do that. I don't think it's us.
Put it up.
I didn't hear that it was us. Okay,
put it up.
Right? I heard it was this. Okay, but if you see your child with candies or snacks, double check the packaging and do not support unregulated cannabis. How do you feel about that?
I agree. It's the best way to stay safe. Your life is more important than than getting a joint off the street and it being laced with something.
Because they spraying it with fentanyl.
Yeah, you'll hit it one time and never be the same.
Cat Williams said it best. He said, we wouldn't know if somebody died at the point of purchase. What's this? He said his last words was, this is... Nigga fell out touching the fentanyl.
Literally.
Yeah, we didn't cook that. The importance of health and wellness, right? Now, I can't wait to tap this in about you because you was a main advocate of me stopping smoking cigarettes and just certain things, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So staying healthy and well is important. It makes us feel better, be more productive, and ultimately live longer. Health is the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Wellness is an active process through which people become aware of and make choices towards a more successful existence.
Yes.
You agree?
Most definitely.
How do you apply that to your life?
Right as of right now, when we speak about that, I'm transitioning right now to being a vegetarian or would you say vegan.
Wow.
I learned a lot from a guy named Yaki Awakened. Shout out to that brother. And he taught me a lot about protein and where our proteins come from. And so the reason why a lot of us suffer from a lot of our gut issues and a lot of our circulation issues is because we're clogged up with mucus because we can't break down the complex amino acids that we're ingesting on a day-to-day basis. Because a lot of the animals and stuff that we eat, they eat the plants and herbs, and so they're getting the simple amino acids that we need to break down and to grow.
All right.
And we're really getting the secondhand protein by eating chicken and beef.
Right.
It's like, why don't you get it from the primate, from the primary source of it instead of getting a byproduct?
Right.
So,
and I am on the other side of the fence because I feel like everybody should have their own choice. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. And another thing for my listeners that have do keto and shit just to support what y'all got going on and have that side of the shoe for you. Biochemistry is unique in everybody.
Most
Everything
definitely.
is tailored to a person.
yes.
Keezy is saying what works for him, and there's other people like himself, but that might not be you.
No, for real.
So find a way to balance it and make sure it works. I think a good regimen, before we get to solutions, because Keezy's right, if you are, is to mix it up. Have some vegetables on these days. Or if you're going to eat breakfast or lunch and dinner, if you're going to do 3 meals a day, because I don't do that shit. But if you do that, yeah, you're going to be clogged up with a bunch of poo-poo. What's the point of that? Niggas dying off that.
No, for
clogged
real.
off poo.
No, for real. Colon looking
crazy. You saw the video. This is how your poo's. Hey, this is important stuff, though, people.
No, for real.
This is important stuff.
Hey.
And Keezy's always been a main advocate of that shit. He know me,
Most
so
definitely.
I used to be in this nigga face like, nigga, I would never stop smoking cigarettes. Blowing it right in his face.
No, for real.
Nah, I'm glad you got on me like that, bruh. It's very accurate. So I would like to get some solutions from you, and I'm gonna go through them one by one. We're gonna be quick. Social connectedness. We already kind of talked about the importance of that. Just meeting each other, kind of already feeling like we know each other. Exercise, please.
Exercise. Everybody needs to get at least 90 minutes of sunlight a day. You need to get outside, even if it's just walking. Just walk. You don't got to go do the crazy HIIT workout or act like the people on Instagram or Twitter doing all the crazy. Yeah, all the flipping. They doing pull-ups, hanging, got benches hanging from their waist. We ain't got to do all that, man. You, like you said, just like with the food, it's to each his own. You know what fits you, because you don't want to overexert yourself trying to do what somebody else does, and then now you hurting yourself in the long run because you're killing your psyche.
Right.
You being unrealistic. You got to do what's best for you.
Right.
So I always recommend everybody, at least if you don't do nothing, please walk. Get up and walk.
Power walk?
Please. Up a hill.
All right, that part. Incline.
Get some sweat.
Open up them lungs, yeah.
Yeah, perspirate.
Nutrition, because you just spoke about amino acids and stuff.
Yes.
Nutrition.
Nutrition. I recommend everybody get their fruits and vegetables. Wake up, drink it. Make sure you're drinking your teas, getting your herbs in. Make sure you definitely aren't overloading on the carbs, which is bread. And don't forget H2O.
Thank you.
H3O. Hey, H3O2 is the best though. Coconut water. That's that living water. Come on.
Talk to me, bro. Because
Yeah.
what is that? What are you talking about?
H3O2.
Is it sweet? And where does it come from? Is it from the source?
Coconut water? Yes.
So they open up coconuts and so
Yes.
it's straight from the source.
Yes.
Is it sweet?
Yes. Coconut water is the best water that I've ever had. No, for real. Or if you have you make lemon water, like where you cut up lemons, limes, cucumbers, let it sit in the water, let the nutrients and stuff flow through.
Like spa water and shit. Yeah, that shit's fire.
Man, you feel refreshed. It's real electrolytes that you don't need to drink Gatorade. Gatorade is terrible.
I do not drink that.
Please don't.
I don't even drink electrolytes no more. I just drink water. That's it.
Come on.
Drink water.
That's all
with
you
all
need.
food with everything. Like
In the beginning, what was they drinking?
water. But do we know that? See, that's another rabbit hole.
That's a whole.
Shout out to Billy Carson because we really don't know.
We don't know.
From what I heard, they're finding out in tablets that before the Great Flood, I'll be quick on this. That's a different rabbit hole. Before the Great Flood, though, on the tablets, it's saying they lived in a high level civilization.
Yeah.
Where we've been told that it was not like that. What pretty much what we've been told is what happened after the Great Flood. They had to rebuild. Is when we see Egyptians and pyramids, BC time.
Mm-hmm.
That's after the Great Flood.
That's the rebuild.
So we don't know what level, and hieroglyphs are showing astronauts on it. They're showing all types of vivid details in them now that science is seeing. Mm-hmm. That's a different rabbit hole.
I mean, that's what, man.
We're going to get on that. I would love to get on that topic with you on the show.
Hey, Richard. My favorite, one second. My favorite moment when I realized that stuff was when Richard Pryor was in the pyramids and he was like, man, these people look like me.
Cat Williams said it best, y'all. As long as Egypt is in Africa, Egyptians are African.
Man.
Message.
Hey, the Suez Canal is man-made.
Look, that's a different rabbit hole. Really. We're talking about health and wellness. Okay. Look, don't give me the starter. You know me. I'm a conspiracy, okay? Get me all happy and shit. Sleep. I agree. To an extent, you know, and this is for the people that love to sleep, can't do shit with the guy because you care about sleeping and getting your 8 hours and 10, 12 hours. I don't do that personally. I'm cool with 4 or 6. I'm cool with going a day, 2 days sometimes, just because I have to. And like Keezy said, I love what I'm doing. But when you let sleep be a main priority sometime, you could say, you get it. Yeah. It halts a lot of things.
No, for real. Movement is medicine. So if you sleep all the time, you're not moving, you killing yourself. Too much sleep is literally killing you.
Bruh, sleep. Some people, man. Shout out to that. Mindfulness.
You said mindfulness?
Yeah, being mindful of how you feel and your thoughts, your opinion.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people want to interject into. We've seen it at the trap a lot of times.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to give their opinion without pushing on like basically get. A lot of people give their opinion, but they want you to agree with them.
Right.
We can have a conversation and you can feel the way you feel and I feel the way I feel, and we can agree to disagree, and it shouldn't be a problem.
Because that's an educating moment at the end of the day, because agreeing to disagree, you didn't know something that nigga knew, vice versa. That's what, you get what I'm saying?
Come on.
That dialogue, like, we always been super mindful, you know that.
No, for real.
Real talk, like. So to elaborate all of these, each one has an impact on your physical and mental health. By making simple and healthy choices on a daily basis, you will be well on your way towards reducing stress, having positive social interactions, and achieving optimal wellness. Yes, Lord. You agree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The gavel has been set, listeners. Easy killers.
Right.
Now, listeners. I'm going to say this because Keezy said it, and I hope it become a caption. Shout out my relative Zelly, man. It is cheaper to be yourself. Very cheap. It costs nothing.
Man.
It costs nothing.
Zero.
It's $0. I feel like somebody needs to hear this on this show because you're spending a lot of money and a lot of time. Yes, what is that, JC? Put my hoodie on for this. You're spending a lot of time, spending a lot of money, and you're not going to match up to. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just cheaper to be yourself. I think that's a one that we could just leave at that. I am your host, Mr. Wowzer. Thank you, Keezy, again for joining us, man.
Thank you.
Olass Media, the Doty Connection. We're out.
Anywhere, let's take a flight. Or we could do something different since we used to the high life. Favorite meal whipped in the kitchen. Let's Netflix and get high. You feel me?
Thanks for listening to the Doty Connection. Be sure to follow and subscribe whenever you listen to your podcasts. To read the blog associated with this episode, visit olassmedia.com. This episode was produced in studios located in San Diego, California. Lena Alvarez is co-producer. Serving as executive producer and co-founder is JC Polk, and Chad Peace is president and co-founder. Olass Media is an IVC media company.
Olass Media.
Now is the time for all countrymen to listen to Dear San Diego, a public affairs podcast with personality. Tony and Juan check bios at the door. They dive into who the icons are when they're away from work. Check out Dear San Diego at olassmedia.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
From the Nest is a podcast for those who are looking to go beyond degrees, webinars, and corporate titles. We talk fundraising strategies and career experiences with a side of fun and emotion. Take a listen to the next episode of From the Nest with Charity Jen, where fundraising takes flight. Follow or subscribe at olassmedia.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
This year, 420 is on Saturday, which means it's going to be bigger than normal. March and Ash is going larger this year, too. The entire store is 25% off, and if you spend $75 or more, you'll be able to get the 2024 Goodie Box, complete with flour, pre-roll, vapes, and edibles, all for just $1 additional. It's a $75 value, but only while supplies last. So be warned, they're gonna move fast. Visit marchandash.com for full details. Enjoy responsibly.